You talking to me? Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna tickle you. I'm gonna tickle you. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Want to come in, buddy?
I got you. but sometimes that happens. basic right now. And getting coffee because I'm tired, and after that workout, it is so needed because I have a lot of work to do later. I want to work on my ebooks some more, and I have a bunch of client check-ins to do, but now I'm not sure how many of you have seen, there's been studies done that show that drinking coffee post-workout is not exactly the best thing to do. And I've looked this up before, but I want to get it right, so excuse me while I read this off my phone. Because training is such a stress on your body, it raises cortisol levels just like cardio, just not as much as cardio, which, as we all know, if you raise it enough, can cause you to hold on to weight. But raised cortisol levels also cause inflammation, insulin resistance, immune suppression, just a couple, side effects of raised cortisol. And drinking caffeine actually does that too, because it raises your blood pressure and your all that good stuff. I have post-workout brain, so please excuse me. But anyway, you guys get the point. Drinking coffee post-workout is not the best thing to do. So what you should be doing is going home and eating food and replenishing your glycogen and your protein levels, the amino acids in your body, and all that good stuff. So what I usually do if I get coffee after I work out is I will just take a couple sips of it on the way home because I really don't like when it melts. And I will take the ice out and put it in the fridge and save it for later when I really need it, when my energy levels drop again, which is usually around like 2 or 3 o'clock. And especially with Liam now, I don't get to do client check-ins on Mondays anyway. They will be switching, but I don't usually get to do client check-ins until around then because he takes a nap then, or if he doesn't take a nap then I don't get to do them until my mom gets home at like 5 o'clock, and then I don't get to do them until after dinner. So I usually really need the caffeine so I can get my work done. So that's what I will be doing with this. And because I know you guys are going to ask, I get a grande or venti. It just depends how I'm feeling that day. Today I got a grande unsweetened iced coffee with light soy milk and sugar-free vanilla. And you have to get it unsweetened. And Lauren_fit on Instagram. Like I said, I have post-workout brain right now, so I cannot remember her real last name. I saw her talk about this on her Snapchat, and this is how I found out about it. They put classic syrup in the iced coffee. So that adds like 15 grams of carbs or something like that. And your girl don't have enough carbs to be messing around with. Today is high carb day. I could afford it, but I'm not going to trade syrup in for real food. Not gonna happen. I like food too much. So today's just gonna be, I'm gonna do like a little full day of eating for you guys, and I'll show you guys what supplements I'm taking right now and why, and it's gonna be a great day. So let's go home. Okay, so I'm home now. We're gonna backtrack a little because I remembered what else I wanted to say, and none of this lighting is good. Anyway, so backtracking. Caffeine and training both raise your cortisol levels. Training, just like caffeine, raises your blood pressure, raises your heart rate, and that's what caffeine does too, right? Yeah. So most of us, if you're like me, you take some kind of caffeine before you train, because I don't get enough sleep at night with a baby and I just need it. Otherwise, my workout's not going to be as good. I'm not going to be as productive in the gym. I'm just going to kind of be like, woo, I'm here. So you have the caffeine pre-workout, you work out, your blood pressure's raised, your heart rate is raised. That's not something that you want to keep raising, because like we said, I don't know how many minutes ago, a minute ago, all of that raises, I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm not going to repeat myself. Your blood pressure and your heart rate are not something you want to raise even more after training, because that's just going to raise your cortisol levels more. And you want to, after a workout, lower those cortisol levels to lower everything. I'm sounding really stupid and I'm really sorry. This is what a grinding workout like that from this morning does to me. Like, I can't think straight and I'm thinking in circles. So yes, anyway, you want to lower your cortisol levels, lower your blood pressure, lower your heart rate, replenish the glycogen in your body, glucose, sugar, whatever you want to call it. The scientific term for it is glycogen. You want to replace all that with food and amino acids and things like that, especially if you train fasted like I do. I trained fasted this morning. I usually eat like a rice cake or something at least, but lately I've just been training fasted. So you want to replenish all of that. You want to get your body back into a state where it can repair the muscles that you've torn, because that's what training does. It puts like little tears in the muscle, and that's how they grow. You break them down and then you give them amino acids and protein and carbs, and they repair themselves and they grow. That's why rest is so important. But if you have caffeine pre-workout and you have caffeine post-workout, that's not good. That's raising your cortisol levels, and that's just going to cause you to hold on to water weight. It's going to cause you to hold on to things that you don't want to hold on to. So that's why you don't want to have caffeine post-workout. And you can see that I really only took a couple sips. So I'm going to go inside and eat now because I'm hungry. Probably going to have a Pop-Tart.
He says he got out. Still
Okay, so this is one of the vanilla latte Dunkin' Donuts Pop-Tarts. I think these are my new favorite. They're so good. The macros for one Pop-Tart are 5 fat, 35 carb, and 2 protein. And it's totally worth it. Don't worry guys, still getting my micros in. Ground chicken, vegetables, croutons, and half a serving. And half a serving of this robust Italian dressing. So it's 1 o'clock. It's about an hour after I ate lunch, and I still feel like I have really low blood sugar even with the Pop-Tart. So, oh, today's a high carb day, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that, but I'm gonna have one of these fruit and grain cereal bars. This is the apple pie flavor, and these are probably some of my favorite granola bars. They're chewy and they have like fruit filling in the middle, and they're so good. Now, these don't have a lot of sugar, but they have enough, and I think it'll just push me to the point where I don't feel like shaky and tired anymore. So this is what they look like on the outside. Like eating my own hair. And then there's that fruit filling in the middle. And baby, he's not so happy I laid him down, I don't think. So I'm gonna fix that. Okay, so I just spent the last hour with a sleeping baby on me, and now I'm hungry. So I'm gonna have half of this white chocolate raspberry Quest bar. This is by far my favorite flavor. And I guess I'm gonna feed him because he's gonna be hungry then too. So I'll see you guys in the next clip, but this is what I'm eating. Okay, so I totally almost forgot to show you guys my meal. It's about, what time is it? 5:30 right now. So I'm eating dinner while Liam's asleep. Pray for me he doesn't wake up. But let me show you guys what we got going on here. It's just some ground chicken, green beans, rice. It's a long grain instant brown rice. And then the croutons that you saw earlier with the same robust Italian dressing from earlier as well. So that's dinner. And I'm sipping on some water. So that's what's up right now. I did some work, did some client check-ins, and I have a few more people who need to get me theirs, but I will text them and remind them, and I'll do that later. And then hopefully I'll get to work on my ebook some more for you guys later, because I didn't get to that yet today, but I really want to get it finished and get it out for you guys, because I want to share the love and the knowledge and the information, and yeah, so that is kind of the plan for the rest of the night. I'm waiting for my mom to get home. Kevin doesn't get home from work until 11 tonight, so it'll just be me and her on baby duty, mostly me, because she has some stuff to do. So yeah, that's what the night's looking like. I am going to finish eating this, and then I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I don't even know what to say. It feels so good to be back to vlogging and talking to you guys again. And like, I think I said this before, but if you stuck around during my YouTube hiatus, like, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Like, you guys mean the world to me, and you know, I just want to help. So I'm just so happy to be back. Hey guys, so it's like 8 o'clock now, and I just made my protein ice cream shake thing with Man Sports vanilla ice cream flavor, obviously. And then I just have some oatmeal here. It's one of these Quaker instant oatmeals, maple brown sugar, best flavor ever. And I have like 20 carbs left, maybe like 15. So I'll probably just have like a rice cake or something after this, but that's just a rice cake. So I'm not going to show you guys that, but once I eat this, I will come back and talk to you guys a little bit about what my macros were like this week and all that good stuff. So I'm going to eat this for now, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, as promised guys, I'm back to talk about my macros. So I actually ended up dropping my macros on Saturday, so I'm now eating 1,800 a day. I'm still carb cycling. My low carb days are 75 fat, 150 carb, and 130 protein, and then my high carb days, like today, are 130 protein, 211 carb, and 48 fat, which sucks. Anything below 55 grams of fat takes the fun out of life, because I haven't had peanut butter all day. And I didn't get to have a Power Crunch bar. Ugh, those are my favorite. Anyway, so yes, I did drop my macros, and the reason being is that I kept my macros at 1905 calories for the last 2 weeks, and I didn't drop anything. I actually gained a pound, which is fine. Progress isn't linear, and I feel leaner. I feel like I look leaner. Progress isn't solely measured based on the scale. It's based off a lot of other things too, like what your progress photos look like, how you feel, how your clothes are fitting. And I do feel like my clothes are fitting looser, but I've done this 3 times before. I know that if nothing changes in 2 weeks, that I need to drop my macros. My body doesn't lose fat easily, and I have, what is it, 19 weeks now? I think 18 or 19 weeks left of this prep, and I, need to get my butt in gear. So 1,800 is what I'm doing now, and my arm is getting so tired. Things just need to start happening. I'm not impatient. Like I said, progress isn't linear, and I know that the weight will follow how I feel in time, but I usually give macros about 2 weeks, and if nothing changes, then I drop them. So that is why I dropped them, and that is what I did today. I typically have trouble hitting my protein, and I had 1.5 scoops planned for tonight, which I did not finish at all. That was way too much. I'm so full right now. I probably won't have those rice cakes or whatever that I mentioned until like right before I go to bed, if I even have them. I really don't stress about hitting my macros head on. As long as I'm within 5 or 10 grams, I really don't care. So if I eat a little less, that's fine. Our bodies are different every day. We don't want to eat the same amount every day. We're just not as hungry every day. It happens. It's okay. And that's the same rule that I follow for my clients. Within 5 to 10 grams, hell, I don't care. Go over that much, go under that much. As long as you're being consistent. That's all I care about. That's all that matters. Consistency. So, look at my little bug. Liam, you're on camera. Ugh, I just love him. Where does it say? He's tiny and very hungry. Accurate. He is all of us. Okay, so I think that's where I'm going to end this video, guys. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.